Courage for the last show. So this is the...
Here we are at Cecile's.
Yeah, that was really cool. We worked with Nicola.
He's a sweetheart too.
It was fantastic to collaborate with him. And so now this is already like production. So we did the dress for the show and now we have orders.
Great. What's it mean? It's all beads.
It's all beads, so it's fully beaded.
Wow.
And I mean now you see some irregularities, but with the weight they will all go. You know, it's like...
Yeah, it's going to be heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy, but the weight makes it also look...
Slinky.
Yeah, and also elegant and also precious. So now we have to sew the pieces together. Yeah, this is the back. It will come like this and like this. And then you can have a little zip here, so we prepare extra material so they can easily sew the zip. So, you know, it's also always quite technical as well. Beautiful, but technical, which we love.
What's over here?
Yeah, these two pictures are just one of my favorite pictures, always from Tom Goldblum for Schiaparelli, which was like a moment, iconic moment with the top, like new top with the beads, like if they were just thrown onto the body.
It looks great.
Yeah, it was really also one of our favorite Canadian dress.
And the sleeves over there?
Yeah, and the sleeves are also beautiful, heavy sleeves. There we just did the sleeves in a dégradé with the beads, but the dress is a fabric. So that's also beautiful, I think, when you combine knitwear with a real haute couture dress, you know. I mean, it doesn't have to be always the full look.
This is too cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was amazing, really.
Very delicate, huh?
Absolutely. I also love this picture.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
These are great.
Yeah. So now this is the newest space. We are here since 1 year and enjoy very much to have really enough space. You know, now we have so many parcels coming in. We have to send stuff, samples, then they come back, then production, orders. So I decided to have a true space, just to have enough space to really pack things properly. Because this is also important. You always, you don't think about this, but if you do a piece like this, how do you send it so it will arrive?
WorldNet, you should be sending it. You should be sending it by WorldNet.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are the coursier and everything, but I mean also to pack it properly so it's beautiful when you unwrap it, but it's also safe and it will arrive in a good shape. You know, so all these things you have to think about.
Yeah.
This is also fun. This is actually just a little reminder from our work with Louis Vuitton, where we did these incredible fringe dresses for the show, you know, from Nicolas Quesquier. It was in Barcelona, in the Parc Güell. And so it was a wonderful dress. Looks like hair or looks like fur, but in the end it's just a viscose. So we invented a system to have all these threads. Here you see it as well. I love all these preparational works also. They always have also a beauty in themselves, I think. And then when you see how it moves.
Out of all these collaborations, which one did you think was the most challenging? Because you always have these impossible...
Yes, exactly. We are pretty much now specialized on impossible stuff.
But that's great. Was it always like that?
I must say I always dreamt about it. And somehow I have also to say that even simple things, when they're made by hand and they have to look perfect, they're not easy to make, you know. If we have to imitate, let's say, industry, for us it's rather hard. And nobody will actually appreciate it when you just have a rib or a flat knit, you know. Just has to look perfect because they're so used to it that it looks perfect.
Right.
So better you put 1,000 beads, then everybody's okay that this takes a lot of time. So for me, actually, the impossible is nearly more somehow appreciated and close to my, let's say, personal lifestyle. I love challenge in general than doing something normal, let's say. So people stopped asking for normal stuff, actually.
Yeah,
But I mean, now
why they would ask you for normal stuff.
No, now it's more like they ask me more in the sense of, okay, the collection is nearly done. We see that it works well, but we could manage to have 1 or 2 or 3 special looks, or something that makes it a little bit more three-dimensional, exciting, and I mean, this lot is for me the one that I can perfectly propose something that is, in a way, outstanding, but still makes the other looks also look better, you know, give them a bit of a shine.
But do they give you enough time to develop these things? I mean, do they understand the amount of time and work that goes into it?
Yeah, I mean, the time is a big topic, but on the other hand, you have to say that we are passionate, and when we never say no. I have my fantastic team here.
Yeah, they look so sweet.
Yeah,
also.
yeah, and they also want to do this, you know. They feel that this is a special place, that we are so happy also to to get this chance. I mean, I have to say, for me, it's a big chance to be asked to do something impossible. Okay, and then the time is also impossible to, you know, it's too short, of course. But in a way, we manage always.
So when did you start, and how did you start?
When did I start? I mean, I did my studies in Zurich, you know, in the school textile design. I was not really specialized in knitwear, and I must say I'm happy today that I wasn't, because I learned all about weaving and printing as well, and also a bit of knitwear, and then I kind of when I bought myself a knitting machine, still during my studies, and I can only really recommend this, that you have your own instrument, like a musician, you really should. Then you can develop a very personal kind of relationship with a machine, because it's yours and you start talking, because when it's the one in school, then it's like for everybody and it's more abstract, I would say. So please, for all students, just buy your instrument, very important, big step. And I did that, and then I specialized myself in it, you know. It wasn't really the teacher telling me you should specialize, or the studies being a master in knitwear. No, it was just kind of suddenly this love affair with the machine, and then you start treating the machine the way you like it, you know. It's not the instruction that tells you you can do A, B, C, but it's you finding your own way. So I think that's also something that I can only recommend. You use the machine in your way, you find new techniques, you take off bits and pieces that you don't understand. You can kind of become a bit of an engineer also, a technical person that makes you discover new techniques that can be rather simple also, you know. That's also something, I mean, we do very elaborate work here, and it takes time, of course, but then on the other hand, I really try to make sure that the techniques we do are satisfying, you know. Even if it takes time, it can be very satisfying. When you have a very, let's say, complicated technique where you are afraid at any minute that you could do a wrong movement, then I have the tendency to say, let's not do it. I mean, because I mean, I also think that you will feel it in the end. that you were always afraid to do it somehow.
Wow.
That you are kind of always afraid that you would do a wrong movement. I feel that's not a good way to work. I mean, no, don't you think? I mean, it's. I mean, if we invent the techniques ourselves, they should be satisfying.
Sure.
And then they can take a lot of time, but then you really come in the morning and you're super happy to sit your 8 or 7 hours, and in the end you see the piece in front of you. I mean, that's also really, really wonderful. And then you don't want to say always, yeah, took so much time. Yeah, but look at the result. I mean, isn't that fantastic? This gives us back a lot of energy and joy, and then when we bring the piece to the houses, the designer, the team, and they're like, oh my God, that looks so good. I mean, they're also so happy that it works and it looks good, and from the little sample that was validated, suddenly you have that dress. I mean, wow, this is, yeah, that means the world to me and to my team, and they are happy and we are excited, and then I think you really want to keep going, you know, like, I mean, you know, I'm not like super young anymore, but I still love to come down to the studio, you know. Every morning I think, oh cool, I can come here, have all these materials, all these drawers. I mean,
pull out some of these drawers.
Yeah, all these drawers. I mean, no, I mean, this is like, we are super proud now to have finally also decided names for every drawer. So you have here the wood, or you have little wood, or you have big beads in violet, you know. So now everything is little ones in green shades. So we are super happy and to see all these things. I mean, for me, to have all this is, then this is like, we don't know what it is, so we can have our fantasy things, you know. So we are really happy to, and then of course we use this permanently. I mean, it's not only our treasure, but that's really the, we propose things, and then when the clients want it bigger, then of course it's also a little bit my job to find enough of that material, which sometimes is also tricky. When you have vintage stuff, for example, you know, like things that I bought like 20 years ago, or I found on a flea market, or just a little quantity, then you make a beautiful sample out of it, and suddenly somebody wants a dress. Then I have to do a huge research on finding more or less the same material again. But I mean, with a bit of research talent, you can do it. But sometimes I'm sweating.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you have like little swatches of things, like
absolutely.
When I first met you?
For this, we should actually go to the other side.
Okay.
You can also film my wonderful team.
Yeah. Look at them.
Yeah.
Everybody looks very happy.
Yeah. We are really having quite a good moment here.
That's how it should be.
Absolutely. So I need my piece.